Hello everyone, this is H to the Husky here. I'm going to be casting a 1 versus 1 between the yellow Terran player Murs versus the green Protoss Nightingale from the clan MTW. And this is from the, let's see, I have it written down right here, the StarCraft 2 Craft Cup number 4 finals. I don't know what that is, but go check them out because they like StarCraft apparently, and someone sent me to my huskyreplays@gmail.com account. They did send these replays, so I figured, hey, I'm going to cast them, and I'm looking at the website, and it says this Terran player has 300 APM. So, he does indeed have 300 APM. Which a lot of people ask me, what is APM? Well, APM is just basically how fast you play the game. Every click you do, every time you move a unit, every time you tell something to attack, every time you build something, that counts towards your APM. At the end of the day, the APM isn't going to decide how good or bad you are at the game. It's just kind of a... You want to have a higher APM because it gives you a better chance of doing the actions in the game that you need. Because you got to remember that StarCraft has no limit on the amount of things you can do at one time. So the more multitasking you can do, it is a lot better. I am not reading this chat, so hopefully it is appropriate. I actually didn't read this. So I'm not too familiar with these players, but hopefully these will be good games. A couple people did recommend them to me. Do note the supply depot here behind the mineral line, just lower it. That delays the travel time for your SCV. A lot of Terran players these days don't wall in, which, considering you can get Marauders out fast enough to hold your ramp, it usually doesn't matter that much anymore. It just kind of sucks if you get proxied, but we don't see proxies that much anymore because Proxy Reapers beat Proxy Gateways hands down. And I believe that this is a best-of-5 series, so I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully it is an epic game. And while this match does get started, make sure to go check out StarCraftArena.net. That is the website that me and HD have launched, and so far it's actually going really, really good. I think someone from a college tried to flood our website, but we got them banned, and that was good times there. Gotta have trolling, you know, otherwise it's not a very fun website now, is it? But yeah, it is. We have a lot of moderators now, and there's a lot of cool topics on there, a lot of awesome discussion. It's a really friendly place to go. We're not super strict or anything like that, so go check out StarCraftArena.net. That's all I'm going to say about that. So Cybernex Core now is on the way. No Zealot on the way for the Protoss player, which is fairly standard. Sometimes you can get your Zealot out like right when you need it if you want to do that, but just getting out that Stalker, making sure you have enough gas, making sure you have enough Chrono Boost to get it out if you need it, which is exactly what he's doing, is Chrono Boosting that out right now. And we are seeing the factory on the way from the Terran player. No second gas yet. He's just now starting it, but that won't be completed, obviously, for a little bit. So shouldn't see any super crazy tech early aggression type stuff, as he just now is getting his second gas. And we're definitely not going to see any Reapers, as the add-on hasn't even started. But what we should see, possibly, is an early tank push with a bunch of Marines. That is a definite possibility. This SCV somehow slipping in here. Gonna see exactly what's going on. However, he did not scout all the way inside the base. So there can very easily be something hidden back here that he doesn't know about. So he may have to throw down a scan. This pylon can also be used to hide tech. You want to be careful not to put the tech right here, because then it can be spotted. So there goes the robotics right there. That will get spotted if a scan does indeed go down. There is the Destiny Cloudfist build. As always, you will see Terran players go this about 90% of the time, as he is now getting that starport on the way, so not gonna see an early push with a siege tank at least. This Stalker's probably gonna try and poke up here, but he is gonna get blasted away by this bunker, and yeah, there he goes. He's not gonna make it, but at least he knows what kind of defenses there are. And oh, this Hellion, where are you going, Hellion? He's gonna try and sneak by there, as that Stalker actually let him slip away unattacked, unguarded. So will the sentry be forced to use a force field? That would actually be pretty unfortunate if he's already forced to use a force field. Pardon the bad pun. Is he going to... Oh, he did, but it didn't really do anything, as he did trap it. So it trapped it for a second, but it was able to get away. I think these probes should be able to surround it, though, as they still have like full HP, and try to block it off there. Not quite, though, as this Hellion is going to run around, get the scouting done that it needs. There's the Observer on the way. Very standard timing there. I mean, it's pretty much, do note an early Raven, it's pretty much really standard to get the one gateway. We should see a second gateway going down. Yes, we do, as you can continue to produce units effectively off of 2 gateways and run robotics if you plan. Wow, that Hellion's going to get out of there, no problem. But yeah, you can produce from 2 gateways and 1 robotics if you plan to make units from that robotic. So if he starts getting Immortals, if he starts going for Colossus, something like that, then he can, wow, it's apparently a lot of lagging is what they're talking about. So it depends. If you're going to not get that much, only Observers or something, then you can get your 3rd or 4th gateway. But I do expect to see, I think he's waiting to see, do I need Immortals or do I need Colossus? And that Observer trying to get out of there. That Raven has spotted it, but is going to let it escape there. I just noticed, do these have little radar satellite dishes on it? Yes, they do. They look pretty silly on top of that Raven. So that Observer got out there, not going to be able to scout that base for very long, and do note that Mers is actually using his Raven to try and scout around for the Observer, but it is not currently in there. So we should be seeing Immortals in here. Yep, because he did not throw down those 2 gateways, 2 additional gateways, which means he is going to stick with 1 robotics and 2 gateways, and then getting a Twilight Council there. Probably going to be getting the Zealot legs, as Zealot legs are very, very good against Terran. The Command Center has completed for the Terran player. That's actually a fairly early Command Center, and this Terran player plays really defensively. Look, he's got 1 bunker on the high ground. He's definitely going to want to salvage that. He's throwing down 2 more bunkers here at the expansion, which, I mean, why not? Why not do it? Because the only thing this does is delay things like expansions and delays things like higher tech units, which he pretty much already has. Because, I mean, it costs, you know, your 100 minerals to get the bunker, but then later you can salvage it and get that money back. So the Protoss player sees that expansion, realizes, oh brother, I have got to start expanding here. So I would not be surprised to see Night End go ahead and, once these Zealot legs are done, move out to try and break this. However, with the 2 bunkers there, gonna be really difficult to do that, so he'll probably have to find a way to get up inside the main, which maybe he could use a Warp Prism or something like that. Doubt we're gonna see it though, as I just don't think he can break in there with this army he has right now. He's got 2 Immortals, not making any more Immortals. His gateways are on cooldown, and he is chrono boosting, or off cooldown rather. He is chrono boosting out that Zealot leg, so he really wants to focus on getting this expansion up. Look at this, already has the 2 assimilators and a Stargate on the way somewhere now. It is up here, so possibly could see Void Rays to help him break that. Void Rays, if you can just put one right here and start charging up on these bunkers, you'll be fully charged in no time. And it actually, a lot of Protoss players don't realize this, but you can use Void Rays to easierly break a turtling Terran. You don't want to, you know, just because you have a Void Ray doesn't mean you have to go for the workers. If you use it at their entrance and charge it on these things, then you can actually get in there. A lot more effective than people realize. So a missile turret is on the way though, which is going to make that fairly difficult. And the medevac is spotted by this Observer. He knows exactly what's up, getting outrun a little bit by the medevac, but he does know it is going to be on the way. Oops, my video lagged a little bit there, so I'm going to go ahead and start this up again. The medevac has made it onto the high ground. The siege tank is going to siege up these units back out just in time, and he did very smartly, Mers that is, bring an SCV over here to start making a bunker. And these units are actually so far back that even the Immortals don't have enough range on them. I mean, they only have a range of 5 compared to the range of 13 by that siege tank. So this geyser is going to be under attack. However, that is going to leave the entrance of his base a little bit more... What is going on here? Apparently there's an SCV party over here. I don't know if there's a broken rally point or what is going on here. So while he is attacking, he does actually have a plethora. Maybe plethora is a little overkill to use that word in this situation, but a lot of SCVs just sitting there, even 2 probes over here. It is Idle Worker Day, National Idle Worker Day, because there's 3 idle workers here and a handful of them over here. So for now, this is very frustrating for Protoss to deal with, and it's something you really have to expect on this map, though, is putting stuff on the high ground. I mean, that's what this map is all about. As, I mean, that's just kind of what you got to deal with on this map. So the scan's going down. The siege tank is not in range yet. He'll probably inch it forward just a tiny bit. And there is actually turrets going down over here. Not sure if he got any kills. Oh, he actually got 6 kills there. So definitely killing a couple of probes. Possibly even that Zealot. And right now, the Protoss player doesn't have any answer for this. I'm not quite sure what his plan is. 3 Phoenixes. Is it going to be enough to actually kill this through the missile turret? Oh, does lose the 1 Phoenix, and it survives anyways, the medevac that is, and the SCV can just repair it. So right now, the Protoss player is really, really hurting this game after losing that assimilator, apparently remaking it, but he has no way of killing the siege tank on the high ground. He did try and use the Phoenixes, but he wasn't even able to kill that medevac. So the medevac is going to be used to spot the further out units here for the Siege Tank to begin bombarding, which right now he still is just attacking that assimilator. The medevac now is at full HP, and here comes a ginormous push with Siege Tanks and Marines. Do you know that the Psystorm has actually completed? I don't think there are any High Templar on the field quite yet. None that I can see. Gotta lift up these tanks. However, the Phoenix do get focus fired down, although these Siege Tanks are now vulnerable and exposed, but the Protoss army just got decimated there by those Marines. And wow, so he is going to GG, so we are going to go on to game number 2. Really what it came down to was the Terran player securing this high ground, really getting the Protoss player out of position a little uneasy, and then just Mass Marine was able to melt through. Once they stemmed up, they were able to melt through those Immortals as well as those Phoenix. So the Psystorm had completed, however, he didn't. Oh, his macro definitely slipped this game too. So he definitely got outplayed here by Mers, so we are going to go on to game number 2. Hopefully it's a little more less anticlimactic, I guess, but that's what happens when you secure the high ground, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that's that, and I will see you guys next time.